Good morning, students. Next, we will do question number 4th of exercise 8.2. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB parallel to CD. ABCD is a trapezium in which this AB line parallel to CD, and other two sides are non-parallel. BD is diagonal and E is the midpoint of AD. You can see here this BD is the diagonal of this trapezium and E is the midpoint of AD. This E is the midpoint of side AD. Clear? ABCD is a trapezium in which AB parallel to CD. BD is the diagonal of this trapezium and E is the midpoint of side AD. So therefore, AE is the point of AD. A line is drawn through E parallel to AB intersect BC at F. A line is drawn through point E which is parallel to AB intersecting BC. It intersects another side BC at point F. So we have to show that the point F is also the midpoint of side BC. Clear, students? So ABC, it is a trapezium. It is given, and we have to show that F is the midpoint of side BC. It is given that E is the midpoint of AD. It is given. So first, let EF intersect DB at point G. The line through which E passes through E, intersecting BC and F. It meets the diagonal BD at point G. So you can see here this diagonal divides the trapezium into two triangles, triangle DAB and another one triangle BDC. So in this triangle DAB, you can see here clearly EG is parallel to AB and E is the midpoint of side AD. So by converse of midpoint theorem, we know that a line drawn through the midpoint of any side of a triangle. A line through the midpoint is here point E is parallel to one side of a triangle and parallel to another side. It is parallel to another side, then what? It bisects the third side also. So if a line is drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle and is parallel to another side, it means EG is parallel to AB and E is the midpoint of AD, then by converse of midpoint theorem, G is also the midpoint of side BD. Clear, students? So G is the midpoint of side BD. So you can see here EF parallel to AB and E is the midpoint of AD. Then G will be the midpoint of DB also. Clear? अगर किसी ट्रायंगल के विच एक लाइन किसी ड्रॉ कर रहे हो किसी मिड पॉइंट को एंड इट इज पैरेलल टू दी थर्ड साइड, जिहड़ी लाइन होगी AG वो थर्ड साइड देखी है पैरेलल है, तो फिर क्या होगा जिहड़ा अनदर पॉइंट है G line segment is another point G, it is also the midpoint of side BD. Now G will be the midpoint of DB as EF parallel to AB and AB parallel to CD. EF parallel to AB and AB parallel to CD because ABCD is a trapezium. If ABCD is a trapezium and AB parallel to CD and EF parallel to AB, then what? This EF line is also parallel to CD. So if EF parallel to CD, then in triangle which one? In triangle BCD. In triangle BCD, EF parallel to DC and G is the midpoint of BD, which we can prove from here. Clear? EF parallel to CD because two lines are parallel to the same line and parallel to each other. So in triangle BCD, GF parallel to CD. This GF parallel to CD and G is the midpoint of BD. This G is the midpoint of BD. So again by the converse of midpoint theorem, this F is also the midpoint of side BC. Because converse of midpoint theorem is a line drawn parallel through the midpoint of one side of a triangle and parallel to the third side, it bisects the another side also. Clear? So by using the converse of midpoint theorem, F is also the midpoint of side BC. Alright, so this is your question number 4. Next, this is your question number 5. In a parallelogram ABCD, E and F are the midpoints of side AB and CD respectively. This ABCD is a parallelogram in which opposite sides are equal and parallel. AB parallel to CD and AD parallel to BC. In which E and F are two midpoints of side AB and CD. E is the midpoint of side AB and F is the midpoint of side CD. Show that the line segment AF and AC trisect the diagonal. So you can see here, line segment which one? AF. This is AF and this is EC. It trisects the diagonal BD. So what is the meaning of trisect? Trisect is three equal parts. So you can see here, this BD is the diagonal of this parallelogram. So this line segment AF and AC trisect the diagonal. Trisect means we have to prove DP is equal to PQ is equal to QB. These two line segments divide this diagonals into three parts, and all the three parts are equal. DP is equal to PQ is equal to QB. We have to prove this. So first, we know that ABCD is a parallelogram in which AB parallel to CD. So if AB parallel to CD, then A is also parallel to FC, because E and F is the part of side AB and CD. So AE parallel to FC. Take this equation number 1. Again we know that AB is equal to CD. This line segment AB is equal to CD because the opposite sides in a parallelogram are also equal. So multiplying both sides with 1 by 2. 1 by 2 AB and 1 by 2 CD. So what is half of AB? Half of AB is written as AE because E is the midpoint of side AB. E is the midpoint of side AB, that's why A is equal to EB. So you also can write EP is equal to EB is equal to half of AB. If A is the midpoint of side AB, then AE is equal to AB is equal to half of AB. That's why we will write a half AB as AE. On another side CD, F is the midpoint of side CD. That's why DF is equal to FC is equal to half of CD, because F is the midpoint of CD. So we can write half of CD as FC. We will take this side FC and AE. So AE is equal to FC and AE is parallel to FC. So you can see here, this is AE and this is FC. AE is equal to FC and A is also parallel to FC. So from equation number 1 and 2, AEFC quadrilateral is a what? It is a parallelogram. The reason is what? One pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal in a quadrilateral. That's why it is a parallelogram. So AECF is a parallelogram. Now you will take triangle DQC. DQC, this triangle. DQC, this triangle. In this triangle, we know that this F is the midpoint of side CD and FP parallel to CQ. FP parallel to CQ, why? Because we already proved that this is a parallelogram. So FP is the part of side AF and CQ is the part of side CE. So that's why FP parallel to CQ and F is the midpoint of side DC. So from the converse of midpoint theorem, if a line is drawn parallel to the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side, then it bisects the third side. ठीक है? अगर तुसी किसी ट्रायंगल ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਮਿਡਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਤੇ ਲਾਈਨ ਪੈਰਲਲ ਡਰਾ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਅਨਦਰ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ, ਫਿਰ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਥਰਡ ਸਾਈਡ ਹੋਗੀ ਉਹ ਕੀ ਹੋਗੀ? ਬਾਈਸੈਕਟ ਹੋਗੀ. ਇਟ ਵਿਲ ਬਾਈਸੈਕਟ. So P is also the midpoint of DQ by the converse of midpoint theorem. You can see here in triangle DQC, F is the midpoint of side DC and FP parallel to CQ. Therefore, P is the midpoint of DQ. So we can write here DP is equal to PQ. If F is the midpoint of side DQ, then DP is equal to PQ. Take this equation number 3. Now take other triangle. Which one? This triangle. In this triangle, E is the midpoint of side AB and EQ is parallel to AP. Because EQ is the part of this side and AP is the part of side AF. Clear? So EQ parallel to AB and is the midpoint of side AB. So by again the converse of midpoint theorem, this Q is also the midpoint of side PB. Or you can write here PQ is equal to QB. See here, PQ is equal to QB. Take this equation number 4. Now from equation number 3 and 4, you can see here dP is equal to PQ and PQ is equal to QB. It means common side is here PQ. So that's why dP is equal to PQ is equal to QB. When we complete equation number 3 and 4. So when dP is equal to PQ is equal to QB, it means all these three are equal. So we can write here the line segment AF and another one EC trisects the diagonal, which one? Diagonal BD. Alright. If these three sides are equal, dP is equal to PQ is equal to QB, then you can write line segment AF and EC trisects the diagonal BD. So this is your question number 5. This is question number 6. Show that the line segment joining the midpoint of opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. So ABCD is a given quadrilateral in which P, Q, R and S are the midpoint of side AB, BC, CD and D respectively. So we have to show that when we joining this midpoint, when we join PS, SR, RQ and PQ, then what? We have to prove that the line segment joining this midpoint bisect each other. It means line segment PR and QS bisect to each other. Bisect means they divide it into two equal parts. Suppose if we take the point O, then PO is equal to OR and SO is equal to OQ. So first we will write here that ABCD is a given quadrilateral in which P, Q, R and S are the midpoints of sides AB, BC, CD and D respectively, and join PQ, QR, RS and SP. We have to join all the midpoints of sides AB, P, Q, R and S. Alright. After that we will join diagonal BD also. We will join diagonal BD. Either you can join diagonal BD or you can join AC. It's your choice. So in triangle ABD, you will take this triangle, this one. In triangle ABD, P is the midpoint of side AB and S is the midpoint of side AD. Then what? So by midpoint theorem, PS parallel to BD and PS is half of BD also. So from midpoint theorem, when we join the line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and half of it also. So you can see here by midpoint theorem SP parallel to BD and SP is also half of BD. SP parallel to BD and SP is also half of BD. Now take another triangle on this diagonal, that is triangle BCD. In triangle BCD, again Q is the midpoint of side BC, R is the midpoint of side CD. So this QR is parallel to side BD and QR is also half of BD by midpoint theorem. So take this equation number 2. So when we comparing 1 and 2, you can see here SP parallel to BD and QR parallel to BD. BD is common side, so SP parallel to QR. And from here, SP is half of BD and QR is half of BD. So half of BD is common. So from here, SP is equal to QR. Now take this equation number 3. So you can see here from equation number 3, SP parallel to QR and SP is equal to QR also. SP parallel to QR and SP is also equal to QR. So this SP QR, it is a what? It is a parallelogram. Reason is, if one pair of opposite sides in a quadrilateral are equal and parallel, then it is a parallelogram. So that's why SPQR is a parallelogram. And we know that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So diagonals which one? Diagonal PR and SQ. It is a diagonal of this parallelogram SPQR. It bisect each other. So hence we can prove that PR and QS bisect each other. This is your question number 6. This is your last question number 7 of exercise 8.2. The question is ABC is a triangle right angle at C. ABC is a triangle right angle at C. It means angle C measure 90 degree. A line through the midpoint M. A line through the midpoint M of hypotenuse AB. This M is the midpoint of AB. A line through the midpoint M of hypotenuse AB and parallel to BC. A line is drawn through M which is parallel to BC, intersect this AC at point D. Alright, a line drawn parallel through M which is parallel to BC, intersect this AC at point D. So we have to show that D is the midpoint of AC. This D is the midpoint of AC. It means we have to prove AD is equal to CD. In the second part, we have to prove MD is perpendicular to AC. This line MD is also perpendicular to AC, and in the third part, we have to prove that CM is equal to AM is equal to half of AB. This is CM. So proof to CM, we have to join this CM. CM is equal to AM is half of AB. So let us prove step by step. So first, in triangle ABC, in this whole triangle ABC, it is given that M is the midpoint of AB and MD is parallel to BC. So D is the midpoint of AC also by the converse of midpoint theorem. If a line drawn through the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to the another side bisect the third side. So you can see here M is the midpoint of AB and MD parallel to BC. Then what? This D is also midpoint of AC. If D is the midpoint of AC, then what? AD is equal to CD. Or you can write D is the midpoint of AC by the converse of midpoint theorem. Second part, we have to prove MD is perpendicular to AC. This is MD, it is perpendicular to AC. So as DM parallel to CB, consider as DM parallel to CB and AB is transversal line for them. This is parallel line and this is what? This is the transversal. Then we know that the sum of interior consecutive angle is always supplementary. You can say 180 degrees. So for this parallel line, this is transversal and these are the pair of interior consecutive angles. So you can write here angle MDC. Which one? MDC. This angle plus angle DCB. DCB. This one. So sum of this MDC and DCB is equal to 180 degree. Reason is sum of interior consecutive angle is 180 degree. Now we know that angle DCB, this one, DCB, it measures 90 degree. So it is 90 degree, then we can find from here angle MDC. So angle MDC is also 90 degree. You can subtract this 90 degree from 180 degree. So measure of angle MDC is also 90 degree. So if this is 90 degree, then we can say that MD is perpendicular to AC. This is the proof of second part. Now in third part, we have to join first side MC. We have to join MC. I have drawn the triangle ABC, MD parallel to BC, and I join MC. Now you will take these two triangles. Triangle which one? Triangle AMD and triangle CMD. You have to prove it congruent. So which is the first part? The first part is AD is equal to CD. This one, AD is equal to CD from part 1, which we already proved that D is the midpoint of AC. If D is the midpoint of AC, then we can write AD is equal to CD. Proved above. Second, angle ADM is equal to angle CDM from second part. Third one is DM is equal to DM. DM is equal to DM, which is the common side. So by which rule? By SAS. The triangles are congruent. Now we can take side AM and side CM. So AM is equal to CM by CPCT. And we know that AM is half of AB. Why? Because in this question given that M is the midpoint. M is the midpoint of side AB. So if M is the midpoint of side AB, then you can write AM is half of AB, and we have proved that AM is equal to CM. So from this equation, you can write AM is equal to CM is equal to half of AB. So this this is your proof of third one. Alright. So this is your last question, the 7th of exercise 8.2. Thank you.